Hey, it's Albert Orange, and welcome to the Bell the Before podcast with yours truly, Albert Orange. It's episode 49 of the show where I talk about anything and everything. I talk about football, I talk about North Korea, I talk about Will Smith, I talk about what else do I talk about? What else? What else? What else do I talk about? Oh, I talk about uh not wanting to uh you know tap any transgender ass, you know? And there are so many other things that I discuss with myself. Um which, you can discover in all of the other 48 episodes that I have done. You can always you're very likely to find something to to use so that I can get canceled. You're very likely to find something like that. Um but if you don't wish to comb through, almost 49 hours of recordings in order to do that, then you can probably just listen to this one, okay? You can probably just listen to this entire episode and see for yourself. See if I say anything that's that makes me a candidate for your cancel uh canceled person schedule agenda. I don't know. I was about to say celebrity, but I don't want you to laugh too hard. Am I right? Oh boy. Oh yeah. This is a very very I guess special time, you know, in the year. It's a very weird time in the year because as I'm recording this is the 26th of December, Boxing Day, right? For all of you British listeners. Um, this is a very weird time for me always because you're on that high of Christmas and holidays. All of those are behind you now, but now you're just waiting for the new year, you know? You're waiting for that to happen. And it's a very interesting, a period of 5 days, I suppose, where you're just kind of like chilling out. You're either chilling out with family or maybe you've gone back to work, you know? I know right now, I guess it's technically, since it's a Monday, it's technically Christmas Day observed, right? So that's like the government's way of letting people off the hook for, at least one Monday, right? Where no company can legally force you to work. I guess maybe that's different for like people like paramedics and doctors and stuff. 911 dispatchers. I was about to say 911 dispatchers, but I mean, I guess you could say that, but I think it's better to say 911. Um so yeah, today is Christmas Day in the eyes of the government, right? But tomorrow people might go back to work, you know. People might just chill out. My whole family is probably just gonna chill out. And yeah, it's been a nice Christmas for me. I spent it with a few cousins of mine as I always do. Me and my parents, we go to my cousin's house, my aunts. house with my uncle. We go there every Christmas, every New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, Christmas Eve, and we just kind of chill out until 2, 3 in the morning, and then we say goodbye, and we'll have a we'll have had a jolly good time by then, right? And this year was no different. You know, made some funny memories with my cousins as I always do. They're very funny, my cousins. They're very funny. They're both younger than me. Um, Actually, it's three of them now. They're all younger than I am. Um, so you'd think that I wouldn't really get along with them since we're all, you know, in different age groups from each other. But I've basically known them my entire life. You know, I watched all of them grow up because I am the older one. I am the elder of the group. So, I know them pretty well. And I don't know. I get along with them very well. So, um, yeah, that made for some good times that Christmas Eve that we spent. And now I'm just waiting until till New Year's Eve to celebrate with them again and with my aunts and uncles. Um, Actually, it's just one uncle. I don't know why I said uncles, but it's been a nice time, and I hope you've also had a nice Christmas. You know, whether it was with family or friends or by yourself. You know, it's okay to be lonely on Christmas. There's nothing wrong with that, I believe. If you wanted to spend it alone, there's nothing wrong with that. Um, then again, if you had to spend it alone, well, you know, that's a little tricky, but I hope you've still had a good time, you know? I don't know. I guess I never had to spend Christmas alone, but if that were to happen to me, I'd feel a little sad, knowing that other people are with their loved ones, but I'd also take a little solace in the fact that there's always somebody else who's in my situation. You know what I mean? So, I guess there's that. I guess it would also help to have a pet too. We could also join like a homeless shelter or something, or maybe like volunteer. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I think it would be a lot more bearable with a pet around. Like if I had to spend Christmas alone, but I had my dog with me. It would be okay. I would also, be you know, I guess it would be a good thing if you had to spend it alone since you don't have to buy anybody gifts, you know? Save up your money, you know? I spend a lot of money on gifts this year, you know? I actually tried. I actually tried to find good gifts, I gave my 14-year-old cousin a box of Legos. It was like those Lego creator boxes, the yellow ones where it's like it's like a thing that you make out of Legos, like an animal, but like you could also take the pieces and build another thing out of those. It's like a 3-in-1 thing, so you can build one thing, take it apart, build another thing, take it apart, you know? And it's all in the instructions there. And she thought it was nice. She thought it was cute. It was like an owl for hers, you know? So, and it's very I guess difficult to find Christmas presents for like a 14-year-old teenager, you know? Cuz apart from maybe video games or I guess uh bath bombs if they're a girl, what do you get as a guy, you know? I don't know. But I'm glad she liked it. I just gave away her gender. um oh, I just kicked my space heater. That's not good. Um I was leaving it on for about an hour before I started recording so that the garage could be a little warm. Uh, and then I knew it was time to turn it off because it started smelling like it was about to like um you know give out asbestos to me. So that's when I knew, okay, let's turn it off. I don't want to get sick or anything. But anyways, that was my Christmas. You know, gave a bunch of gifts to people, and yeah, it was pretty chill. So, anyways, I hope you had a good one, as I said, and yeah, let's just wait till the new year. This episode will be out by Wednesday, so yeah, it's like that weird 5 day period between Christmas and New Year's Eve where you're just kind of waiting, or maybe you're still celebrating Christmas. I don't know, but for me, I'm just waiting, just chilling out, you know, doing the podcast, playing video games. Oh my god. Let me tell you, I got back into playing a few video games. It's not a permanent thing, okay? It's not like I'm going to start playing video games every day forever, you know? But man, I started so earlier this year, actually, I bought the game Elden Ring, you know, by I think it was uh Bondi Namco. I think that's the company. I don't know, but Elden Ring, right? Everyone knows that game, and it's the game that J.R.R. Tolkien worked on, with the world building and stuff. And I bought that game earlier this year, and I started playing it, and my first impressions of it, as like a week into it, I was like thinking, this is like the coolest game ever that I've ever played. Like, this game was is just insane. Okay? And so then after a couple of weeks I stopped playing it. That was in June, I believe. July, something like that. And then just recently, like a couple of days ago, I picked it up back again. I picked it back up again. That's what I meant to say. I picked it back up again, started playing it again, and first of all, I'm on level 53, something like that, on my character. And, I got this nice sword and shield and armor and stuff. And I've slayed a ton of bosses at this point. Ladies, I hope you find this impressive. I slayed a ton of bosses, you know. I killed that great dragon of the of Akhil, the Akhil Lake, you know, I killed that. I defeated Godric. I defeated the fucking the guy before Godric at the castle. I thought that their voices should have been swapped, actually. Godric's voice sounded a little too I don't know, like nasally, I guess. The guy before him at the castle, the guy with the long tail, I think his name started with M. That guy's voice should have been Godric's, and Godric's voice should have been the other guy's. Because I just, first of all, I hated that guy with the long tail, the guy whose name starts with M. So, I guess, I don't know. I guess Godric's voice should have, in my mind, it would have fit better. But, anyways, I defeated both of them. And Godric, it only took me like three tries to beat him. I didn't think it would take that many tries, but I beat him. I I did a lot of things, and the amazing thing about this game is that it just keeps on going and going and going. All right. So if you haven't played Elden Ring, you should really get it because it feels like three games in one. It's insane. And so literally just now, literally like an hour ago, I was playing it like an hour and a half ago. I was playing it, and how the heck did I do this? I went to Mirkwood. Actually, no, I meant to Mistwood. Mirkwood is the forest from The Hobbit. Wait a minute. It's not written by J.R.R. Tolkien. It's George R.R. Martin, right? It's the guy who wrote Game of Thrones. I said J.R.R. Tolkien because they both have the R's, right? J.R.R. Tolkien wrote Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is, its own series. George R.R. Martin wrote Game of Thrones, but he's still alive. Tolkien's dead. So Martin worked on this game. That's the guy. Not Tolkien. Okay. It's nice. Isn't it just nice to correct yourself? Like 5 minutes after you started talking. Anyways, what was I saying? I went to Mistwood, right? And which is like a forest in the game. And there's this like well. It's like a big well that you can walk around on. But initially, when I found it, there was like nothing that you could do with it. There was like this door that I couldn't open or something like that. And but now I don't know what happened. I don't know how, what I did that made it open or something. But I went inside this well, okay? And I was like, okay, that's new. That's never happened before. I went inside and the platform started falling down. It started, lowering itself. And now I'm in the what's it called? The Sophia River thing. The Sophia River, something like that. The Sophia River thing, okay? Which is basically, from what I understand, it's like this whole thing beneath the entire world of Elden Ring. So so yeah, it's like there's like these a bunch of buildings under, underneath the ground. So that's what I'm just amazed by, is that this game just continues to just give you more and more and more stuff to explore. And it's amazing, you know? Like you just go down the well, and now like I have this other thing to explore. And the map is huge. It's so huge. It's so huge, man. It's amazing. So I love I love this game. I think it's the coolest. Okay? It's so cool. It's like a gift that keeps on giving, you know? And yeah, I recommend that everyone, you know, check that game out, cuz first of all, it's pretty fun. It's very infuriating at first because all you do is die all the time. But after a while, you get a good sword, good set of armor, good shield, you level up a few times, you'll have no problem, you know? So, I'm excited. That's when I stopped at the Sophie River thing. That's where I stopped because I first of all I had to, record this, but also because I also spent like an hour before that playing. Um so but yeah, I'm just amazed at it. Amazed at this game. Um definitely check that out. Yeah, I have no idea when I'm ever gonna finish that because there's so much stuff in that game. It's amazing. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of like what's been happening these last couple of days. Just Christmas and Elden Ring. Yeah, Christmas and Elden Ring. So you know, it's been a pretty cool time, I suppose. Um, should we talk about sports? You think we should talk about sports? I guess we can talk a little bit about sports, but I can't I can't possibly talk about sports without the sports theme song. I mean, that's impossible. I can't do that. What How am I able to talk about sports without the theme song? You know? If only the theme song can just play right now. Just play itself right now. The Bell the Before theme song for the sports segment. If only it can just play itself so that I could talk about sports. And oh my god, what the heck is this? Oh my god, oh my lord. That was the Bell the Before sports segment theme song. Um, and that was just simply amazing because now I'm able to talk about sports. Okay, I cannot talk about sports without the theme song playing first on the piano. So, as you can tell, it's a very sophisticated piece. It's actually inspired by, you know, multiple artists, multiple genres, you know. bit of reggae, a bit of classical, a bit of rap, a bit of pop, a bit of jazz, a bit of everything, a bit of rock, a bit of folk, a little bit of gospel, all of that. So it's really a piece that binds everything together, you know, and that's what I use to talk about sports. So, anyways, I'm just gonna talk about football. I could talk about hockey for a bit, but I don't really follow hockey. The Seattle Kraken are in third place in the Pacific Division. They got 40 points. The LA Kings have 44. The Golden Knights have 49. I don't know how the NHL playoffs work, but I hope that the Kraken are in a position where they can secure that playoff appearance. I'll be rooting for them, just for the team, not really for their mascot, because what the hell is that, right? Anyways, let's talk about football just for a second, okay? Unfortunately, the Seattle Seahawks are not appearing in the playoffs. You know, even even if the 49ers lost their game against the Commanders, I believe, which they didn't, it would have been highly um doubtful that the Seahawks would ever appear in the playoffs. They're not officially eliminated. I keep talking like they're eliminated, but I mean, come on, who's kidding who? The Giants need to lose a few games so that the Seahawks can move up, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't see it happening. Um, we might win against the Jets. We might. I don't know if we're gonna win against the Rams though. They did play against the Broncos, and that's unfortunately that's what got Nathaniel Hackett fired, which sucks for that guy, but you know what are you gonna do? I guess that's he clearly wasn't the best guy for that team. So I don't know. I don't know. The Rams are kind of looking strong, I guess. I didn't see a whole lot of games though. I did see the Cowboys defeat the Eagles, handing them their second loss of the season. So that was interesting to see. I was there at the end. I saw it. I saw that ending, and I just thought, hey, that's really fucking cool. Um, so yeah, that was really exciting, and I got my wish because in the last episode I said that I would have loved to see the Eagles and the Cowboys play in the playoffs. You know, and I said that because I just wanted to see them play each other. I didn't know that they were actually gonna play. In this in week 16. So that was an interesting treat for me. So yeah, that was really cool. Anyways, let's see. The Bills are on a 6-game win streak. They're 12-3. Oh man, we're almost close. We're so freaking close to the playoffs, man. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch as many games as possible. You know, and I'm gonna the last game that the Seahawks play, uh, which is it's gonna be against the Rams, which is on Sunday. I think I'm gonna do a broadcast of that. A broadcast. I'm gonna do some game commentary on that. So look out for that. It possibly might be the last game of their season, but you know, as a Seahawks fan, I gotta be there. You know, I could do a game commentary for the Jets, the game against the Jets, but I don't know. I think I definitely will do it for the game against the Rams. So be on the lookout for that. You know, that's I don't know what episode that's gonna be. That might be like episode 50, 52, maybe 51, 52. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. Um, it might be 52. Yeah, it might have to be. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. If you just wanna watch my, you know, or listen to me, watch my team lose. Probably, I think DK Metcalf got injured a little bit. That's which is not good. So I don't know. I don't know. There's not a lot of hope, not after that Niners loss, because we needed that. We needed that, and we didn't get it. So that sucked. Um, yeah, yeah. The Seahawks are not. This year is not the year. Let's just leave it at that. I'm not a football expert or anything, but it's just not the year. So, but hey, we did a whole lot better than expected. And yeah, it was it was okay. It was an okay season given the circumstances, given, the trade and everything. So, but it just sucks seeing Russell not doing well. I really wanted him to do well this season, and he's not. His team is not. And now they fired their head coach. Well, Russell didn't fire Nathaniel Hackett, I don't think. But he did have to go away, unfortunately. And so late in the season. So, I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see next year. See how they do. So, yeah. I don't know. There's not a whole lot more that I could talk about here. Again, I'm not a football expert. I only watched 2 games this weekend. So, yeah, I think that'll be it. That'll be it for this sports segment of the Bell the Before podcast. Let's just see. Let's just play the piano theme here for the show. Oh God, let me put my glove on first. Here it is. Here's the outro theme to the Bell the Before podcast sports segment. Here it is. Oh man. it is. That's the piano theme. Oh man, I haven't been practicing at all. Um, I know it's quite a shock, I'm sure, but you know, I just I guess I don't set time aside for practicing the piano. You know, I used to like uh you know like every week I'd watch one video on how to play the piano and take notes on that. And now I don't do it anymore. So I need to start doing that again. Um, but I just, I got some other stuff to do. I got this podcast. I got my dog. I got my spiders. I got my reading. You know, I like to read now. That's what I'm doing. I'm on a 4 day reading streak. I've been reading for 4 days in a row ever since the 22nd. Hopefully by the time that this podcast comes out, it'll be 5, you know, or 6. Yeah, 6, 7. No, 6. Yeah, 6. Cause today, if I read today, it'll be 5. So, and I'm gonna upload this podcast on Tuesday, uh, at 9 p.m. Pacific time. So by the time that happens, it'll be 6. So hopefully, I don't know, but yeah, I'm reading, reading every day. At least, well, I don't really have a goal in mind. I just kind of read until like I finish a chapter, or there's like a page break, or like a paragraph break. Sometimes the book does that. They just kind of like end a paragraph, and then there's like they do like a double enter. So there's just like one blank space between paragraphs, and sometimes I'll end on those. The Hobbit does that a lot, by J.R.R. Tolkien. That happens a lot in The Hobbit. So yeah, because the chapters in that are, quite long. So those come in handy for when, I don't have enough time to read a chapter in one sitting. I just kind of use those paragraph breaks in between. None of this is interesting, you know? None of this is. I think this podcast started or stopped being interesting after that sweet theme song on the piano, you know? I mean, it was just, oh man, it was so cool. Um, you could really hear the dedication, the rhythm in that, you know? I want somebody to break that down. I want somebody to break that theme song down, the piano theme, and I want somebody to do a video essay on it, explaining how it's such a masterpiece. Okay? Because if you can do that for the Incredibles music, the music for Minecraft, if you could do that for the music in Up, you know, you could do it for this podcast, you know? You can explain why this is such a masterpiece, this thing that I'm about to play once this piano turns back on again. Look, you can explain why that's such a masterpiece, okay? I want somebody to deconstruct what I just played, okay? I think it was in a key of hold on. Let's just call that G, I think. So yeah, somebody just deconstruct that, okay? I'll make a reaction to it. All right? I want you to give me a reason that I can say, "Hey, I did a good job on something. I did something right for once." You know? Just give me something. Give me credit. Credit's due, all right? Oh man. Um anyways, you don't actually have to do that. But it would be nice. It would be it would be funny, I guess. Oh man. This is an interesting uh you know uh thing in the podcast. An interesting time in these recent podcast episodes for the show. Um where after I finish the sports segment, you know, I just kind of talk about whatever. But this time I don't really have a lot to talk about. I mean, I was going to talk about um yeah, hold on. Let me talk about this real quick. All right? So earlier today, all right? I was thinking, you know, I have to do the podcast today, right? And I was thinking, oh man, I don't really want to do it today, you know? But then I thought, why not do it now instead of putting it off till tomorrow? Why not do it now? Because now is this feeling of not wanting to do it now is an interesting feeling, because if you do end up doing the thing, then that means you'll get a little bit of a consistent consistency boost, I guess. I don't know, like if you do it now, you can you know say that you've been consistent with doing the podcast, right? So far in this month of December, I've uploaded at least one episode per week, and the last week I've done two. This week I'm gonna do two, right? I think one of the reasons why I'm not so consistent with recording podcasts, with uploading a podcast, you know, I think one of the reasons why that is because the last 2 years I've only done one episode per week, or one episode every 2 weeks, one episode every 6 months. And I think the reason why that is because there's not enough frequency. If I go to the gym maybe like once or twice per week, when I started going, to the gym or working out, if I only did it once or twice per week, you know, not saying that you can't do it that way, but if I did that, for me personally, if I did it only once per week, I probably wouldn't have been as consistent as I am, now. I like to go to the gym at least 4 times per week. I go up to 6 sometimes, but I aim for 5. Okay. And the reason I'm able to do that week in and week out is because of that frequency, you know? Because if I only did it once or twice per week, you know, and I did it one week and, I came back the next week, I will have, first of all, forgotten, that intensity of training. And, you know, I wouldn't have been in that, same, same mindset or feeling, I guess. Um, the feeling of training will have, you know, faded away. You know what I mean? So if you work out on Monday one week and then the next week you come back to do, you know, whatever the next Monday, you will have forgotten what it was like to train the last Monday in a way. So that's kind of that's more or less what I've been feeling with this podcast. When I did it every week, uh it was like, I don't know, it was like you're leaving this this kind of groove. When you're doing the actual recording, you're entering that groove, and you're digging yourself in that groove. But if you're not, in that groove enough times per week, then by the next time you're, trying to get back in that groove, you're gonna have a much more, I guess, you're gonna have a bit of a harder time to get back in it. Whereas if you do it twice per week, like I've been doing, um, it's kind of easier to jump back into that, if that makes sense, you know. So, I really hope that made sense. So, I think it might be better to do 2 episodes per week. You know, I think it might be better to do that, or just like, you know, two things per week. I guess I do have a series planned in mind that I think, I don't know when I'm gonna start working on that officially, but that might be a thing that I do that fits in with this, content creation thing. I could do that thing, that new series once per week, and then do the podcast in that same week, And then that way I can kind of like, I don't know, um, fill up that week with, creating content, I guess. That sounds so, I don't know, cliche or something. But it's just, I think it's just all about creating that groove, you know, jumping back into that groove. Um. So yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna reveal too much about what this series is, but all I can hope is that you might find it enjoyable. It's gonna be very different to what I do on this podcast. And it's not gonna be another podcast. Well, it might be a podcast to you. It might be kind of a vlog kind of thing. Um, might be like a combination of both. I'm not really gonna put a label on it. Um, they're videos if you want to look at it, as a video. They're podcasts if you want to, look at it as podcasts. So, but yeah, all I can hope is that you might enjoy it. Um, but yeah, I think I might start, uh doing stuff twice per week, you know? Like if I'm not doing that series that I've got planned, which I hope I do. I hope I do, eventually get to work on that. Um but if I'm not doing that, if I end up not doing that, then I might just, do this podcast twice per week. In all honesty, I might try that because that the most important thing to me is consistency, you know? But I don't feel like I can be consistent without putting in that frequency first. The appropriate frequency. So once one episode per week, you know, it might be too little for me. Twice per week sounds, so far it's feeling, a little better. I still have to, try it out for a bit. But twice per week might be something that uh that would work for me. So, you know, I'm still gonna, you know, toy around with it first, see how I feel. Um but yeah, just expect a lot more episodes of this podcast for a bit, you know? Um so yeah. Yeah, I don't know how long I can keep up uh recording hour-long episodes at this rate if I'm doing twice a week. Hopefully I can. If not, then I might just shorten it to 30 minutes. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, that's what you can expect for for a little while from now on. Just for a little while. And then we'll see. And then hopefully I get to, work on a new series that I've been thinking about. So yeah, that's the deal here. And I guess there's nothing else to do here other than to close out the episode. And I'm glad that I uh ended up you know following through with doing this episode, because I really did feel like maybe I should just put it off till tomorrow. But you know I guess it was good to show up for this one, because now I'm filling in that groove. And when Thursday comes around to record again, it'll be a bit easier to jump in that, you know, podcast recording groove. So again, I don't know if that makes sense at all. It makes sense to me, which in my world is all that matters. Oh my. Oh my. I took a I take screenshots of that language list, and I just realized that there's more to that language list that I didn't screenshot. So shoot. Oh gosh. Hold on. Let me look up uh different different ways to say, I should have done this earlier, to say goodbye. Or hold on. Hold on. Goodbye in different languages. I think I might have to cut this out because this might take a little while to load because my phone is not the best here. Maybe I can do it on my computer. Goodbye in different languages. See, my computer is, for some reason, it's way better than my phone at connecting to the Wi-Fi. Maybe that's what I should use when I do my game commentary. I don't know. It's something that I would like to do in the future, by the way. I would love to in the XFL season is coming up right after the NFL season ends, right after the Super Bowl. A couple of weeks after the Super Bowl. So I don't know. I'm thinking of doing some sort of game commentary for that. But I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's close out this episode here. All right? So, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And yeah, I'll see you New Year's Eve. All right? And I hope you've enjoyed your Christmas again. And I hope you enjoy the new year. And yeah. I'll check in next time. And until then, as the Mandarins say, that there's no race of people called Mandarins, is there? I mentioned that my grandpa was a Mandarin in the last episode. I think I mentioned that. Maybe it was a different take. I don't know. I guess Mandarin is a Chinese language, right? The standard literary and official form of Chinese based. Oh, the standard literary and official form of Chinese based on the Beijing dialect spoken by over 730 million people. What's the difference between that and Chinese? What do Chinese people speak? Hold on. Let's ask Siri here. What do Chinese people speak?
Here's an answer from thoughtco.com.
Jesus
Mandarin
Christ.
Chinese is the official language of mainland China and Taiwan.
You're so loud. All right. Mandarin Chinese. Okay. All right. Mainland China and you can't call it Taiwan. You have to say Chinese Taipei or something like that. All right. Okay then. I guess Mandarin is what Chinese and the Chinese Taipeians say. So yeah. Have a good one, and until then, as the Mandarins, God damn it, as the Chinese say, Zaijian. Zaijian. Zaijian.